Welcome everybody to the Higher Ed Summit. My name is Jordan Crandall. I'm with Apex IT, and I wanted to share with you today the journey of Auburn University and show you the value of how they are using data governance to deploy it across their campus. Here with me today, I have Malik Valiani, Solution Director at Apex IT, Timothy Jones, an Associate Director of IT at Auburn, and John Anspaugh, Principal Customer Success Architect at Salesforce. Malik, very briefly, can you go ahead and tell me a little bit about Apex IT's philosophy?
Absolutely, Jordan. So Apex IT's philosophy employs four components as a part of it: people, process, technology, and data. As we realize that our transformational customers have real business problems that we're looking to solve, our methodology makes sure that we focus on the proper components to solve said issue by focusing on these four pillars.
Great. Timothy, what was the original problem at Auburn, and how did you want to solve it?
Yeah, so we approached this project with a very much a problem solution statement, and it always came back to the data. And so the data was the source of all of our issues. We were very siloed, and so we wanted to become intentional, change the culture, and again, just be more intentional with the way that we use our data.
John, you were involved with Timothy really early on. What did you do to help begin the strategy work there?
Absolutely. So as part of every CSA engagement, we employ what's known as a V2MOM session, or vision, values, methods, obstacles, and measures that help quantify what the customer is really looking to do. Most customers can easily communicate out the what and when for their goals and roadmap items, but it's harder for them to communicate the why, where, and how. So the V2MOM model allows us to boil things down and encompass everything into an overarching vision statement, as you can see here on the slides, and as well as build a layer of values that support that vision. Once we were able to boil down everything into the vision and values, this gave Tim and Auburn leadership a very clear message that they could then use to communicate the value of the OneAuburn initiative and overarching data governance goals.
That's great, John. And Timothy, how did that actually play out on campus?
Yeah, we took the OneAuburn initiative to really take that linear approach and align everyone into more a collaborative approach to the way that we use data. And so we changed the culture to try and help people share their data in meaningful ways and find common solutions.
And going back to the Apex IT's philosophy, people, process, technology, and data, when we came on to work on the project, Tim, we brought these pillars again to bear to help you on the project. So let's kind of take a look at how each of these have shaped the project so far. First of all, from a people perspective, you brought along Apex IT and Salesforce to help you with the project. But another interesting part of what Auburn has done is deployed a hybrid support model. What is that hybrid support model look like?
Yeah, so here at Auburn, we already have a hybrid support model across advising and IT. We have some teams who are central in the provost office and central IT, but then we also have members who are decentralized and out within the colleges. And so we follow that same model with data governance and the use of our data. And really what that results in is just a full institution-wide support of the project.
That's really unique. I like that part, Timothy. I like how you started off doing process work. In the first part of the project, when you worked with Apex IT, you did business process modeling, and through that, we found 21 future state business processes and 156 future state business requirements through 54 workshops. That was a lot of time that your team invested in the success of this project. All of that gave you a very solid foundation moving into implementation. Malik, can you talk a little bit about the technology that we're using?
Sure. As we focus on the people and have the right folks in the room and the vision that Salesforce and Auburn initially laid out, when Apex IT came in, concluding the business process modeling, here's how we kind of plugged in the, what I'll say for the requirements, the technology stack to support that. And essentially on the next slide, you'll also see is we've employed a data governance strategy and model as well to keep the data cleansed as we look at the transformational projects that we're focusing on.
Great. And, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, and also who happens to be an Auburn alumnus, Tim, he said achieving great data governance standards is not only a possibility, is a responsibility. Technology's potential is and always must be rooted in the faith that people have in it. I feel like that really speaks to the heart of what you're trying to accomplish at Auburn. The other thing that I think is interesting is data governance and quality was listed as one of the top 10 IT issues that's faced in higher education. And Auburn's not really backing away from that challenge. You've embraced that challenge head on, and you're tackling it and finding solutions. And that's really exciting. What does that solution look like as far as data tools, Malik?
Yeah, Auburn's taken a truly unique MDM vision when you're looking at it from a mastered approach. We've got Snowflake as that hub from a data warehouse to support Salesforce and that OneAuburn initiative. But there's also a data quality tool that's been identified in the roadmap to be able to identify duplicates and resolve those as well. And then from a middleware perspective, we're going to leverage Informatica to be able to pass the data between systems once it's subscribed.
And what are 3 quick tips, Malik, that you would give on data governance?
Yeah, I would say track your progress early, put a vision in place, be able to make sure you can measure against that. And then I'd also say that your focus should be eliminating data silos at every turn. And then, of course, make sure you're staying flexible, but of course, keep the original vision in mind of what that overarching solution should look like.
Great advice. And I would say, in addition to that, make sure you avoid entering the project without executive sponsorship and staffing. And make sure that you have a change management strategy in place as well. And finally, make sure to prioritize those automation efforts over manual efforts. Timothy, as you look at the project so far, what has been the biggest achievements for Auburn?
Yeah, so from the very beginning, we had executive sponsorship that was both from the provost office and our CIO. Mm-hmm. And so they really generated a collaborative effort that then resonated with all of the colleges, with deans, associate deans, with functional admins in each of the colleges. And so we really have seen a collaborative effort across this project. And it's really all because of the flexibility of the EDA architecture in the CRM and making sure that we come to the table with clean data. And so there's just really been an excitement and an enthusiasm around this project, and everyone comes to the table with a common interest in having clean, accurate data.
And looking at the project from beginning to end, man, Timothy, you started this project back in Q3 of last year with strategy work. Q4, you rolled right into the BPM work. By Q1, you were implementing Salesforce and data warehouse. Here we are at the end of Q2, and Snowflake and Salesforce are pretty much done, and we're moving into testing and integration, Marketing Cloud, and getting ready for go live in Q3. But what I'm really excited about is Q4, where you're rolling out that hybrid support model, and we're going to be able to begin planning for future phases of data warehouse and rolling out your data quality tool. I think there's a lot of great things on the road ahead for Auburn, and happy to be partnered with you guys on that journey. It's been really great. With that being said, that concludes our presentation. I want to thank everybody for their time. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.